Avengers Endgame has premiered and garnered a 96% certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, and because of that, there is much rejoicing. And that is a problem. Welcome back, Internet. I am the COG. I don't want to be that guy to cast a shadow, to put a blight on the joy that is Avengers Endgame premiere weekend. But I can't let this go, and I want to make sure that we don't forget. Endgame, obviously, is getting extremely good reviews. 96% Rotten Tomatoes. People are celebrating. Look, it has 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's certified fresh. I have to remind everyone, it looks like we have forgotten. This is the same site that just 6 weeks ago was shown to be a extremely shill site, an extreme shill for Disney, for Captain Marvel. They changed their entire site that we all believe, most of us believe at least, they changed the site to protect the Captain Marvel score. They changed the site to protect Captain Marvel's opening. And they did it just because. Presumably because Disney told them to. Presumably because Disney threw a bunch of money at them. Disney engineered that opening. Rotten Tomatoes was a big part of that because everybody pays attention to the score on Rotten Tomatoes. We should not be paying attention to any score on Rotten Tomatoes anymore. It should not be used in any review video that we make for Endgame, and I would say for any other film, but let me dial that back just a bit. I will amend that statement to say we should not be doing anything that promotes a score on Rotten Tomatoes when tied to a big Disney release. Let's narrow it down to Disney. We already know that movie critics, some are dirty. We know, from Captain Marvel, we heard that critics will purposely kind of softball a critical review just to make sure they can maintain their early access. They don't want to get blackballed by a big studio. We know we can't trust these people 100%. We cannot trust Rotten Tomatoes with regards to a large Disney release. So why are we celebrating their score? Why are we celebrating their listed score? Sure, granted, there's probably nothing dirty about the Endgame score. There's nothing, Disney didn't have to do anything to engineer a strong opening for Avengers Endgame. They've been building up to it. The MCU has done an extremely good job building up to this point with the films that came before it. But just because they shouldn't have and didn't need to, that doesn't mean they didn't. If not for this one, what about some other big release from Disney that maybe might not open quite as well as they hoped? We got Aladdin. Aladdin's coming up. What if the early predictions are Aladdin doesn't look like it's going to, open up quite so hot? How many reviews will they finger snap away? Will they Thanos snap away? 35,000 opinions were gone from Rotten Tomatoes because they didn't reflect the narrative that Disney wanted. 35,000. You can now only, before a film's released, say you want to see a movie. You can't say you don't want to see it. You can't say why. How can we trust them? Answer, we can't. And we shouldn't. So, from this point forward, unless it's a relevant fact, relevant news to some video I'm making about a film, I'm not going to mention Rotten Tomatoes from this point forward, unless it's relevant to the content I'm making. which probably means you won't hear the words Rotten Tomatoes in a positive light out of me again. That's all I got. Just remember, like I said, I'm not trying to cast a shadow or blight on Avengers Endgame. This, I'm sure, is pretty damn legitimate. But they can't always be, and they won't always be, coming from Rotten Tomatoes and Disney. So, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Or am I just being old and cranky? I am old and cranky, so that's possible. But I want to know what you think. So hit a like on the video if you did like it. Comment. And please, if you have enjoyed my content, hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my other gripes. Because, believe me, there's a lot coming.